Welcome back to another episode of 51020. Today we are going to have stuffed bell peppers, one of my favorite crock-pot dishes. We're going to put a little Hungarian spin on it because I am married to the most wonderful Hungarian man in the world. And everything is better with paprika. Woo! Okay, so this is really so simple. You can throw it in the crock pot before you go to work, put it on low all day. By the time you come home, you have a nearly complete meal. Very simple, very fast, and super delicious and nutritious. Okay, so first things first, you need a bit of ground beef. We do just raw ground beef like that. You can either parboil some rice, or you can use pre-cooked rice. I have a slew of leftover rice. My family is not a big fan of brown rice, so I have a bunch of that left over that I am just going to throw in this. And when it's mixed with the stuffed bell peppers, the family will eat the rice a little bit more. Okay, so you want almost an equal ratio, a little bit more beef than rice. So I'm going to use a cup of rice. Nope, that's about equal. I have about a cup of rice and a cup of ground beef. As you'll see, we really try to extend our meat throughout the week so that it just goes further and we're spending less. As you know, meat is one of the most costly items in a kitchen. If you have fresh parsley, I would add 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. And of course, the Hungarian paprika. Paprika! This is the only paprika I recommend you buy. All the other stuff tastes burnt and nasty. You can get it at World Market, commissaries have it, wherever you can buy more international type foods, and the trend is becoming more that way in grocery stores, so you need a slew of paprika because you're going to make the Hungarian type. So, oops, threw it on my floor, don't do that. Okay, so I'll measure that, but it's probably about 3 tablespoons. And then you're just going to mix this all together. Make sure you've got clean hands, and you want to wash your hands afterwards. If you do parboil your rice before this, it's hot, so be careful. What you do when you parboil rice is you just stick it in your saucepan, stick your cup of rice in a saucepan, and just cover it with water. You don't need an exact ratio when you're not cooking it completely. And just boil that down for probably 10-15 minutes. Okay, now our bell peppers. Excuse me, I have to wash my hands. Okay, cut the tip of your bell pepper off. Run your knife around the sides. Pull out that heart. Pull out these other chunky seeds that you've got. Pound out your seeds. You don't want those. They don't add a great flavor. Alrighty, so that's what you want your finished bell pepper to look like. And then you just stuff it with your meat mixture. Pack it down. You have plenty of time to cook in here. And you can have the top overflow like that. Okay, now your sauce for stuffed bell peppers couldn't be any easier. You just need a can of tomato sauce, about 15 ounces. Pour that straight into your crock pot just as is. There is no pre-cooking here except for that rice. So this is so easy and simple. Okay, so just put that into the bottom of your crock pot. Make sure it covers the whole base. Now, I feel like the tomato sauce is really acidic, so I use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and about 1.5 tablespoons of garlic. I just throw that in there. Now, as you've seen me do on other things, I will just fill up my can with water. This gets me recycle ready and uses every last bit of that sauce. I'm going to mix all that sauce around with a whisk. Get it all incorporated there. If you have more parsley, you can stick it in. I wouldn't worry about using fresh at this point, but you do have plenty in your bell peppers. Stick your bell peppers there in the crock pot. I usually lean them up against each other so they don't fall down. And then you want to ladle some of that sauce over the top of each of your bell peppers. Now granted, I know this is called 5, 10, 20. Some of my 5 are small people, so if you need to increase your bell pepper amount, you know, feel free. You'll obviously need just same ratio ground beef and rice. So you ladle that over and you turn your crock pot on low, stick the lid on, and you will have delicious and nutritious stuffed bell peppers. These bell peppers pair really nicely with a nice little spring salad. So again, just you have your meat, you have your starch in there. If you want to add a side of bread, you can do that. Whatever you enjoy. Your house is going to smell so delicious. So once these bell peppers start going, you need them on high for 3 to 4 hours, or on low 6 to 7 hours. And then, so just whatever your time area is. If you don't have time to put them in a crock pot, you only have about an hour, then go ahead and throw them in a pot on the stove. Same exact method, just turn it on low, cover it with a lid, and you will have delicious and nutritious bell peppers for your family. Thank you for joining me today on 5, 10, 20, and enjoy your meal.